What's up, everyone? I'm Devin Howard. Click subscribe to always get the freshest updates about your favorite teams, and then follow me on IG at Devin Howard. Lavar Ball is at it again, people, running his mouth, saying outlandish stuff about his sons to anyone who will listen, and this time it had to do with how they compare to Zion Williamson. Last week, Zion Williamson suffered a knee injury in Duke's game against the North Carolina Tar Heels. During the star player's fall, he burst through his Nikes, making them look like they were made out of paper. Nike issued a statement about the broken shoe, saying they were investigating what went wrong and wished the basketball player a speedy recovery. Even though I don't think Nike should be blamed for Zion's injury, it does make you wonder about the quality of those shoes. That sneaker just fell apart, which has a lot of people wondering if Zion will be less likely to sign a Nike deal once he's out of college. If I had to guess, I'd say it probably would take a lot of careful consideration for him to sign a deal with the same brand that is partially responsible for causing him to hurt himself during the biggest game of the season. So that poses an interesting question for Lavar Ball, CEO of Big Baller Brand. Would he want to sign a non-ball guy to work with the brand, especially someone with as much power, skill, and clout as Zion? The answer is a hard no.
Nah, it's a no-go.
He said,
"No, I'm not gonna pursue nobody. Like I said, I worry about my 3 boys first. I'm not worried about that."
Okay, fair enough. Focus on your sons. That makes sense. But then Lavar said this.
My boys are bigger than that.
Bigger than Zion?
They not?
No, I'm asking you, why are they?
You can check it. He's bigger than, my boys bigger than Zion.
Boy, if you don't get
The Ball brothers are bigger than Zion?
They're laughing at the insult. They don't believe these 2 guys.
I don't think that's entirely accurate. Let's take a look at this. Zion Williamson is 6'7" and 284 pounds. Lonzo is 1 inch shorter and close to 100 pounds lighter. LaMelo is 2 inches shorter at 6'5" and weighs 165 pounds. LiAngelo is 6'5" and 230 pounds, so he's the only one who is close to being Zion's size, and he still doesn't compare. So no, Lavar, your guys are not bigger than Zion. Of course, he might have meant big figuratively, but it's hard to argue that Zion's not big in the way he plays. The Ball brothers are bigger in terms of their celebrity status. Each one of them has millions of followers on Instagram, so they're undeniably famous in the sports world. And the guys, particularly Lonzo, are really skilled on the court. Lonzo has a few years on Zion, so naturally he might be a smoother player, but overall, I don't think Zion is below the Ball players. Ultimately, it's no big deal that Lavar doesn't want to work with Zion. I just think it's funny that he says his sons are actually bigger than the college freshmen, because that's just not true. There is one group of people the elder Ball is looking to add to his Big Baller Brand audience, and that's women. The company just announced an expanded Lady Baller collection made for all of the baller babes out there. In a segment of Ball in the Family, Tina, Lavar, and their brand manager reviewed women's leggings. You can find a pair of yoga pants on their website, as well as a sweatshirt, so they're making small steps towards becoming more inclusive to women. So all my ladies out there, if you want to rep the Baller brand, now you can, albeit it's a limited selection. Personally, I think catering to more women and working with a powerhouse like Zion could only do the Big Baller Brand good. But I think the college athlete is going to get swooped up by some major brand before Lavar can even start to reconsider his decision. Alright, you guys, thoughts? Is a Nike deal still a future possibility for Zion? Are the Ball brothers really bigger than the Duke athlete? And ladies, would you buy Lady Baller merch? Let me know in the comments and make sure you subscribe.